Welcome soldiers, this is Winch here. In this video, Battlefield 4, let's just start it off on the wrong foot. One of those matches, guys, and in this topic of this video, I want to talk about rage. You got rage? Because I sure do in this gameplay. Right off the bat, spotted and dead. And yes, the carbification of Battlefield. Topic I've discussed before, here again, shooting first. No matter. And yeah. So, not here to discuss the blatant use of carbines in this gameplay. I've already had a video about that. Already taken negative flack from the community because apparently, if I discuss how my observation is on the battlefield that everybody's using carbines, that makes me a hater, evidently. Guys, I'm not here to hate. I'm just here to make observations and synopsis and put a little funny spin on it here with my reference to the song Californication. Because every time I hear or get killed by a carbine, I just think of that song. I don't know why. It's funny to me. So right here, you're about to see me take out a guy that's going to throw a grenade over my head about 10 feet behind me. And yet it's going to take 70% of my health. So I'll show you this in slow motion here. But there's a grenade, and you're going to see me get about 2 hops away from it here, and yet it still does 70 damage to me. Okay. So, as you can see in this video, where I'm getting at here is frustration. I think this video about summarizes it. I'm there with you guys. I experience frustration with this game much more than I do, and I have to say, much more than I did in Battlefield 3. Now, to not make the comparison between the two, I like this game more than Battlefield 3. I think it's a good improvement. I love, if you guys have been watching my channel, you know how much I've been talking about how much I like Battlefield 4. But that's not to say there isn't problems. And I think this gameplay on Obliteration here is a good summary of the day-to-day frustration that you can experience. There's matches. Here's an RPG shot right there. There's matches where you're just doing great, and then the next match is just like, oh my god, it's just so much frustration, and I'm trying to encapsulate that here in this gameplay. As you can see, I'm kind of on this area and defensive position here of our bomb position, Bravo. I'm overlooking here at the tower, and if there's one underlying theme that we can say across the board, regardless of game mode, whether it's rush or obliteration, what have you, map balancing. I mean, look at Caspian Border with the wall. Look at this map. I mean, the parachute spawn-in, this team has such an advantage. All they do is just, like, rain in to spawn in on top of this building, parachute in on it, spam RPGs, spam some kind of explosives, snipe you, what have you, and that elevation advantage is huge. And then, of course, you're depending on your teammates to use vehicles effectively. Maybe like the scout helicopter, go up there is about the only vehicle you have in this game mode to combat that kind of gameplay. And it's not like that team is exploiting any glitch or anything. That's, I mean, that again, that parachute spawn-in point is just better location than ours is, and it's much easier to get on the roof from that location than it is from our spawn-in position. So simple things like that, attention to detail, it frustrates me with the developers in this game sometimes. It's like, can't you guys just move the parachute spawn-in point back a little bit further so they can't fly on the roof that easily? Oh, right here, check this out. I got 50-50 shot, and of course I choose the wrong guy to shoot at. And there it is again. Again, you're going to see every time I get killed by a carbine, guys, I'm going to put that little sound bit in there because it happens a lot. It happens so much in this gameplay. And not to bash on my teammates here, but when you get killed and you got a teammate in front of you, a little late calling it out, bud. That's not a bash on him. That goes with any, with any kind of first-person shooter. It's difficult a lot of times when you're working with teammates. This group of guys I play with, if you could just hear John Denham, I mean, this guy, he rages more than anybody I've ever played with, and he's been kind of busted on that a little bit. But, right here in this situation, if you're driving an LAV and you got 4 infantry around you, why would you just reverse the opposite directions as opposed to going towards the objective, since you got a guy with a bomb that has, that can plant the objective? But no, he stops right there, gets overrun by infantry, I bail out and get overwhelmed as well. So, again, frustration, underlying theme of this video, how you can just get in situations where the team's not working well together. They're not calling out stuff. You know, people are using vehicles just for the glory of getting kills and inflating their own KD. Because this guy that gets MVP in this match, and I played with several matches with him, he's just a random. But he got MVP every match because he would just troll the vehicle the whole time and get kills as opposed to playing the objective. It's kind of frustrating. Now look at this. That's right. In your girl's mouth is this guy's PSN name. Thank you, Call of Duty, for failing. Because now that Call of Duty has failed, we have had these players come into Battlefield, and you know the Call of Duty type mentality come into the game. And I mean, people. I mean, do you have to make some kind of obnoxious name like that to bring into the game? I know it sounds like I'm ranting here, guys, and this is going to be a little bit of a rant video because these are things I see day-to-day basis. I just want to summarize here. It's a frustration. Now again, parachuting spawn in with our overpowered javelins now that DICE has now tweaked. I mean, again, that's a tactic that's very effective. Why not use it? So bail out of the boat here to pick up the bomb. And then, in this situation, I'm not going to spend too much time going after a non-important target. I've got the bomb, I want to plant it, but I get stuck in like this metal stuff. I got the screen shaking all over the place. And yes, SKS spam to show the kill cam from the LAV actually taking me out. So, you know, that encapsulates about everything that we see right now in Battlefield. The broken kill cam, you know, the screen shaking, getting hung up on stuff when you're trying to run around. I mean, when you play Titanfall, again, I'm not a big fan of it, but I have to give it credit. It's a well-polished game. You just ran around the map so fluidly. In Battlefield, there's so many times where, you know, you get hung up on a rock or like in that situation, what have you. It's just like, oh, what, you know, can't we just smooth out these things a little bit here and there? You know, especially around a bomb site target, a very high-value target like that needs to have a clean environment where you have no problems traversing around it or in it to get to the objective. So in this situation, I'm about to pick up the bomb and run out here to get some obviously get on the move, because that's a key obliteration, getting in a vehicle, getting mobile, getting away from the spawn-in area. So I get in here in this Jeep, my buddy jumps in it here right at the same time as me, as instead of going forward, he goes full forward backwards, gets hung up on something. Now we're stuck here. I'm like, oh great, bail out. And yes, I mean, I'm not to pick on that guy, but I mean, this frustration, underlying theme here of the game. And again, here, what happened here? Clearly two C4s on there, but somehow they didn't stick, and I kill myself and just get one hit. Okay, spawn in on a guy. How about how many times we've done this? To get shot in the back all the time. It happens so much. You know, the spawn-in cam, you just really can't see 360 degrees, and you know, sometimes I wonder, do we really even need to have the ability to spawn in on teammates? Because I'm going to show you here in a moment the final clip in this video where I'm taking on a guy that turns, one guy spawns on top of one guy, and then another guy spawns on top of that guy. So it's like, instead of me shooting one guy, now I'm shooting three. And even though I got 200 rounds and I've got full auto, there is still a little bit of spawn-in invulnerability. And I basically lose engagement because of that. I'm like, you know, my underlying concern across all Battlefields, regardless of which one, Battlefield 3, Backup May 2, I do not like that spawn-in feature of teammates. I don't like it at all. They just need to get rid of it. And how about this? I mean, granted, I'm being an idiot standing on a bridge as my teammates have the bomb in a Jeep and they run over me. Just classic stuff. Right here, full suppression. Thank God for bullet deviation, or the random muzzle sway deviation, as X Factors put it so eloquently. It's still here in Battlefield. I get out suppressed so many times by non-support class weapons. As you saw me there, I just got my tail tucked between my legs here. Got 40% health here, get draw up on a guy, shoot him first, and yet again. AK-5C. Spawn again, this looks good. Looks good. Nope. Get shot in the back. So guys, I'm going to wrap this up with that clip I just mentioned here about the constant spawn-in. Don't take this video as a negative hate video, but I'm just trying to express my frustrations that I see day to day. This game just summarized it all. I really love this game. It's just, it can be very, very frustrating at times. And in comparison to Battlefield 3, it's on a whole other platform in terms of my personal rage. That's why I don't do live comps. You guys don't want to hear me be unprofessional. Trust me. Thanks for watching. the carbification of Battlefield. Please like and subscribe. I'll have more Battlefield 4 content to come.